Hey, Plus One crew, how you doing? My name is David Bleecher. I decided to do an introductory video because I've been following the Plus One crew on and off for a little while. My wife got me into it. This Jennifer Bleecher. Uh, I figured that since all the shit went down in Florida, and I know because my wife was so upset about it, um, that I'd be more active since we're losing one when I gain one. Anyway, my name's David Bleecher. I'm 40 years old. I got two kids, Jacob, who's 11, and Logan, who is 3. Uh, I've been living in Iowa now for 5 years, roughly, a little over 5 years. Uh, we've been bouncing around the country. I met Jennifer in Los Angeles back in 2001 on Halloween, so right after the Twin Towers went down. Weird time. Weird time. But Uh, I met her because I tend to be loud and inquisitive, and she was walking around a party, seemed like she was lost, and I yelled out, "Hey, you lost?" And she looked at me like I was an odd, creepy guy, and then decided to take a chance and said, "I'm looking for a friend." And so we started talking and got her number and went on dates, and then got married that quick. Anyway, she's been going through the WLS. She went through the surgery, and we've she's been doing really well. She lost 65 pounds um, so far. Yeah, I think 65. Yeah, she's very happy with it. Uh, but there's been a personality shift, which is not surprising at all. I mean, she's got a new lease on life, so of course she's gonna have a personality shift. So I decided, hey, why not go ahead and look at other people, see, you know, take notes, compare, see what's going on with everybody else, and whether or not they're going through the same changes, same relationship. I wouldn't say ordeals, but the same relationship quandaries. Anyway, let's see. What am I into? I'm into gaming. Have been for a long time. Video gaming because I was in the industry for a while. I worked at a Spire, which is they did conversions of PC games to Mac and some games from PC to like PS3 at the time. I worked on Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the first one. I worked on Quake. Uh, which one was that? Enemy Territory. We had this one original game called Sims Castaways. We actually built that one from the ground up. Then I worked for BioWare. I worked for Star Wars: The Old Republic, QA analyst, basically the server side. That was a cool one to work on. I really miss working for BioWare. Anyway, we left we left Austin. We met in LA, moved to Vegas for 4 years, then moved to Austin, then we moved here to Iowa, to Nevada, which is a little EBD town, about 40 miles north of Des Moines, where I work now. I'm still a graphic artist. I'm still in the graphic field. I work for a beer distributor and make posters and fabric banners, that kind of stuff. Um, let's see. Um, yeah, I guess I'd made a big sacrifice to move out here because working in the game industry was a dream since I was a kid. So playing like Atari 2600 and all 286s and text adventures like Zork and whatnot. And then, like having a dream taken away, it changes life goals. It changes the way I think. So I have a pretty good clue into where Jennifer's at because I had a huge paradigm shift and now she has too. So it's not that dissimilar. It's just a different situation, but the feelings and the weird confusion and all that's kind of the same too. See what else. I like books. I haven't read as much as I used to. I finally finished the Robert Jordan series, Wheel of Time. Some reason, I guess because I didn't feel like ending it, and also I was really tired of the whole. If anyone's read it, the girls keep tugging on their hair, and I don't know how many times he mentions it throughout the books. It has to be thousands. I got to the point I'm like, I just got my fill of that. But then Brandon Sanderson took it over, and he did a really good job. I think he actually writes better than Jordan did. I'm afraid the same thing's going to happen to George R. R. Martin, which is also a series that I've read for a long time, and I'm sure a lot of you are watching Game of Thrones and have the same kind of feel, like, oh, I don't want this to. I want to know the whole story. Well, we're still 2 books out, so good luck after season 6 on that one. I always like sci-fi. I read a lot of stuff through like Reddit, through just news. I'm all over the place with reading. Um, let's see what else. I like spending my time with my kids. What little time I do have when I'm not working, because I drive 40 miles to Des Moines, 40 miles back every day, so that's 80 miles, 400 miles a week. So not a lot of time. So the little time I do have, I do treasure it. Let's see what else. I like movies. I like TV shows. We've been watching Game of Thrones. We started watching Justified finally. We picked up an Amazon Prime membership, and they didn't have it on Netflix, and I've heard good things about it. I listen to a lot of podcasts when I work. That's one thing I definitely do. So I listen to podcasts for roughly 6 hours of my 8-hour day, because all I'm doing is just designing stuff, Photoshop and Corel Draw and printing signs out, grommeting, etc., etc. So all I'm doing is sitting there with a plug in one ear and managing my team, but my team knows what they're doing, so I don't really need to do anything outside to make sure the equipment works and they have materials to work with. So for me, it's just coasting and listening to podcasts. Like I listen to the Morning Stream, I listen to Mark Maron, listen to Adam Carolla, listen to World of Warcraft podcast. Even though I jumped out of the game a couple months ago, I'll probably pick it back up when the new expansion comes out. But at the moment, I spend most of my time playing with my kids and hanging out with Jennifer when she's not doing YouTube stuff and she's not doing Facebook stuff. And then when I'm not doing that, when the kids are asleep or she's on her thing, then I play Diablo 3 lately. I'm playing the expansion on that. I doodle a lot. I still try to stay artistic for my enjoyment, not just for work. So work is just a lot of Bud and Munster and Corona, like all those kind of things. There's a lot of templates. Occasionally do things inside of Photoshop to, like, say if I want to do a baseball field, do a dry brush thing over the top of it, maybe a tilt shift, that kind of thing. But nothing that's straining on graphic creativity. So every now and then I just draw like little cartoons, things like that. Let's see. I think that about covers it for an intro. I mean, I'm sure we'll get down and dirty into each other's lives, but I do want to say I watched some of your videos. I watched Jen. Thank you for sticking around. Appreciate it. I watched Will's. You look a cool dude. I liked your video. Liked the energy. Good job, man. And I watched what's the other one? Something. Oh, John O. John O. I watched you. Cool accent. Always like Australians. Australians are cool. And that's about it. If there's anything else you guys want to know about me, just ask. I am an open book. I've got a weird history. I've got an interesting life. So live vicariously through what I used to do, because I'm going to be living vicariously through you. Did I mention I now live in Iowa? So everything interesting about me has stopped right about 35. All right. Catch you guys later. Bye.